Hello everyone, I hope you're well. In this clip we feature Jason Lawrence Sensei from our recent winter camp here in Auckland, and in this clip he talks about how to build the technique effectively from the ground up. Now this is quite a common theme in Aikido, but I think Jason explains this in nice layman's terms which are really useful for not only beginners but also people trying to pass this on to their own students. As usual, I hope this has been useful. If it has, smash everything below, and thank you so much for watching.
All right, so I do a shaman. So I like shaman. I don't like a shaman strike because that's just one of the dumbest things in the world unless you've got a bottle in your hand. Yeah, but this shaman allows me to get that connection going that we had with the ski, with the strikes and the skis that we're doing before. Okay, it allows me here. The other beauty of this is, so generally speaking, if we're squaring up for a fight, see, to me this is shaman. So I've already got I can turn something that's quite traditional from a sword thing into something that's a little bit more realistic for the street. Okay, so I can step forward and get a connection here. And now I've got my shaman, and it keeps me safe. Okay, because again, to get around this, he's got to go around it. And as soon as he starts to go around something, I can start to take balance. Okay, so it's fun. Awesome, so what we're going to do is we're going to practice our Aikido. Now, you had yesterday, if you're here yesterday, if you're lucky enough to hear yesterday and have all the great teachers that we had yesterday, most of them, all of them, everybody had the same common theme, which was the ground is our friend. And so in order to generate power through him, I pushed down into the ground. I'm well aware my head's pointing down, okay, and his fist could hit me because of that, but I'm just trying to show something. So what I'm showing is he's bigger than me, so I could try and push with my shoulders, and it just doesn't work. Or I could just push into the ground, and I can start to make things happen, okay? And trying to stay as relaxed as possible at the same time. A nice relaxed connection, okay? We're here. So I push into the ground. So that's the first thing I want you guys to practice, okay? Please, I don't want to see hands falling over the top, all right? I know some martial arts do this. Personally myself, I find it quite weak because I've never trained in it before. So I look at this as a very weak shape that's allowing him to come through for what we do, okay? So just make that little finger come alive, okay? Again, just the same as when you're gripping your ken and you had the ken, you're holding the ken, you're not holding like that. You're gripping through your little finger to your thumb to give you maximum connection. Same thing here, I'm still gripping. In this case, I'm just gripping here and I'm pushing into my back foot to generate that feeling there for him. Okay, so just have a play with that, please. You make a connection and I go to the ground to make that happen to him. You understand that? So where do we get our strength from? The ground. So what we're going to do is we're going to add something else in. So rather than just trying to go straight through the person and dominate their structure and all the rest of it, we're going to connect. And how do we connect is we invite the person in. That's the first thing about connection. I need to invite them in. And how I do that is by whilst keeping my own shape. So I could invite them in by going, oh that hurt, all right? But that'd be a bit dumb, I don't know. If you want to go for it. But I invite them in by trying to take this down again, so I'm creating this power here. This is generating power because it's compressing. So now I've got the ability to spring out of that and break stuff. Okay, if that's the way I was feeling. But in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to drop down and we're going to come from up below and we're going to connect. Now, when I was walking around and talking to different people about how to grip a ken, in my opinion, and you grip from your little finger to your thumb, that's what we're doing here. I'm gripping from my little finger to my thumb. Because again, in my opinion, it gives me my maximum connection, okay? And that connection then runs down through my arm. But the really cool thing about this connection though, is if you tense and grip, what happens is I'm actually pushing him away, which is really weird thing, because I'm going, and I'm pushing him away, but there's nowhere for him to go because he's stuck in here. So then it starts to hurt, and so then he starts to subconsciously fight. I don't want that. I want him to be comfortable until it's too late. So I drop into the ground to create, and this little finger goes up and over my head, so it's coming back and my hips come through, and I connect here. And so there's my nice connection. Cool. Now, what you're going to do here is you're going to have a bit of a check. And what the check is, Uke is going to bring the other hand up and push here, and they're going to push into you and see what happens. And so what should happen is, by staying nice and relaxed and just being centered, I should have a good connection to the ground where I can, it's hard. You want to have a bit of fun, get somebody else to jump on as well and try and push. Okay? You should be able to just stay connected and handle that. Once you've had a play with that, I want you to take the grip here. Cool. And now back to the Joe. So we did the 180, all that stuff. Everyone got confused. It was quite cool to feel. See? But you need to, so here's my Joe movement again. Now my Joe movement didn't start with the hands. You can see he gets his structure back straight away as soon as I just use my hand. The Joe movement started with my hips. Okay? For those that like to hit people, it's just a punch. That's all it is. Power's coming out of the ground, boom, there's the punch. Power's coming out of the ground, there's the punch. And then I finish it off and try and keep my structure as I throw. Okay? He's going that way, my power's going that way, but my head's not. That's important. Okay? One more time. Boom. Little finger goes to the sky as I drop my hips. I'm over exaggerating what I'm doing, just so you can really see the feeling. Okay? Everything drops into the ground, so I've got the power to come back out of the ground and connect. Do your little check where he pushes. You can, I don't even care if Uke swaps your feet around to make themselves a bit stronger so they can push, but it should be a sense of, here it is here. Okay, if the connection's good enough. And by connection, it's connection with me, him, ground. Same as what Tony was doing yesterday, where it was all going into the ground. We're here. Okay, but the key is I'm coming from below. Pulse to pulse, boom, and then the hips drive through, and then I finish the movement. There's my Joe movement. Okay, have fun.